With that, we are shifting our focus. Let's now talk about the visit of Prime Minister Narendra Modi to Israel. It's day 2 of his visit today. Remember, he addressed the Israeli parliament, the Knesset, yesterday, and he was given a grand honor on day 1. It was a high note that the day ended with. It focused on deepening strategic and cultural ties. Day 2 today is set to be a more structured and formal one. Prime Minister Modi will start with a visit to Yad Vashem, which is Israel's Holocaust memorial, honoring the victims of history's gravest atrocities. This will be followed by bilateral engagements that are, in fact, reserved with the President Isaac Herzog, and also a crucial exchange of MOUs and a joint statement with Prime Minister of Israel Benjamin Netanyahu. All of this is going to be focusing on defense particularly, also technological collaborations, also the hexagonal alliance that has been spoken of by the Israeli Prime Minister right ahead of the arrival of Prime Minister Narendra Modi in Tel Aviv yesterday. This is also looking at a potential free trade framework that will be addressed. The day will also include interactions with prominent members of the Indian Jewish community before Modi departs and comes back to Delhi this evening.
No cause can justify the murder of civilians. Nothing can justify terrorism. India has also endured the pain of terrorism for a long time. India stands with Israel firmly, with full conviction in this moment and beyond. Jewish communities have lived in India without fear of persecution or discrimination. They have preserved their faith and participated fully in society.
Narendra, my dear friend, I am deeply, deeply moved by your visit here today. Welcome to Jerusalem, my dear friend, Prime Minister Narendra Modi and your distinguished delegation. Welcome to Jerusalem. Prime Minister Modi's personal embrace is something special. It's called the Modi hug. It's well known around the world. And when you hug someone closely, truly, you know it's not an act, it's a real thing. It's called the Modi hug. I said, Narendra, my dear friend, these are not just words. I would almost venture to say, more than a friend, a brother. In many ways, brothers. The alliance between us is an enormous multiplier of our individual powers. Enormous multiplier. We're two ancient civilizations, and we had to go through the voyage of time, the odyssey of time. We're two democracies. You're a gigantic democracy, but Israel is also, think about what we had to do, what we had to go through, and how we maintained our democracy against challenges that I believe few countries, if any, have faced. We are now deepening our deep bond.
CNN News 18 has also spoken with Reuven Azar, the Israeli ambassador to India, who says ties are entering a new phase between both the nations. Take a look.
I think this is we're going to the next level because we are upgrading the cooperation in ways we haven't seen before. Both in the defense side, we have signed 2 agreements that are going to allow us to go into new territory we haven't seen before in terms of the sensitivity of the technologies. But also we are expanding the verticals. It's no longer just defense and agriculture. We are talking about finance, about emerging technologies, and about cooperation in infrastructure and many other fields.
In defense, are we speaking also about joint R&D, innovation and production, all of that?
Absolutely, yes. This is the idea. We want to produce things together. We want to develop things together.
Right. Just two very quick questions. Beyond defense, we do think of defense first. Are there other areas of significance where the two countries now plan to work together?
Yes, as I mentioned, take for example infrastructure. We appreciate very much the capacity of the Indian infrastructure companies. We have invited them to participate in tenders of infrastructure in Israel. We're going to invest $200 billion in infrastructure in Israel, and we are happy to share with you that already few of them have actually applied for pre-qualification of the Greater Tel Aviv Metro area. And I hope that they will actually also, graduate the PQ and apply for the tenders. This will be a significant change because the entrance of companies like that will produce billions of dollars in economic value.
Take this across to my colleague Sanjay Suri, who joins us live from Jerusalem. Sanjay, there is lots lined up for Prime Minister Narendra Modi in a more formal setting today as compared to day one, where he went about addressing the Israeli parliament. So let's in fact take our cues from that big speech of Prime Ministers there at the Knesset. He particularly made a mention of the Gaza Peace Initiative by the UNSC, and that has gone on to position India as this leveler there, or for that matter, a neutral force there in West Asia. How are people in Israel, particularly the senior leadership, looking at that comment by the Prime Minister?
Well, this is a position that India has long taken, and it is a position of independence. India's formal position is a two-state solution, and that in no way contradicts the very close relations that are in place between the two countries. And of course, the Prime Minister's visit is a very emphatic statement of that closeness of relations. So India being positioned in a neutral sort of a space in West Asia will always be a very strong diplomatic asset in the region. There is an impasse, there is a problem, there is a confrontation, and there is a difficulty, needless to say, on the Palestinian side, but also on the Israeli side. Israel has faced terrorism that we've seen, and also there is a continuing environment of tension and of a defense position that Israel has taken. So this eventually will have to be sorted out. At the moment, following the October 7 attacks, the feelings here in Israel are a bit raw, understandably. On the other hand, we have Hamas that has not quite been dispensed with yet. In Israel, people are looking for signs that there are enough Palestinian people, and in fact, all Palestinian people who would like to distance themselves from Hamas. So we are awaiting all that. But as all these confrontations build up and as efforts build up to bring down some of these barriers, India is very well positioned to play a role. We have the Prime Minister in Jerusalem now, and we had the Prime Minister visiting Ramallah earlier. Okay. So there is goodwill on all sides, and certainly that can prove a very effective force.
Right, absolutely. Sanjay, do stay on with us. Let me now open this up to my guests who are